Morning guys, it's Jason with KSL. I took a couple days, I think today's Thursday. Took a couple days, I'm gonna work on this greenhouse. We priced out options on traditionally stick framing the roof of this or running trusses. It was pretty equivalent. We're gonna put the trusses on 4-foot centers is what we're gonna do, as opposed to stick framing it, putting our rafters and our ceiling joist on 2-foot centers. So one of the big deciding factors is it was going to take about 2 to 2.5 weeks to get trusses. I really didn't want to wait that long. Excuse me. I really didn't want to wait 2 to 2.5 weeks to get the trusses. So what we're going to do is stick frame this. What I've got is a 24-foot 2x8 for my ridge to go across. We're going to run 2x6 rafters because they're spanning, it's a 14-foot span total. So you split that in half, you're spanning about 7 feet. A 2x6 is equivalent for that. I think the rafters they're under 7. I think they're like 7'4", somewhere around there. I did all the calculations on my handy notepad. So I've got it. We're going to run a 2x8 ceiling joist in there. 2x8 on a 14-foot span is adequate. It meets the code. Not that we're getting, permits or anything like that for it, but I wanted 2x8 in there just in case if you wanted to hang some plants, anything like that, you'll have ceiling joist in there, and that helps also to tie the top of the building in. So what we're going to do now, I'm probably going to start laying out and getting all my ceiling joist in, and then that way I can set up a walkboard to set my ridge on, and then also when I'm setting my rafters, I'll have a walkboard setting up there to work off of. So what I'm going to do now, start my layout. Like I said, we're going to put these rafters and ceiling joist on a 2-foot center, which is adequate for it. So we're going to start doing that, get everything laid out, and then start hopping and going on it. All right, guys, I've got all my all my ceiling joist set in there. They're 2x8 ceiling joists. We put those on 24-inch centers. I've got them all laid up there and crowned. And you want to crown all your stuff with the crown up. If you look down the board and you see the bow either way, I just mark it on the end and arrow up as the crown up. You always want to set those with the crown going up. So then that way when there's a load put on it, it'll kind of flatten itself out when the load's put on. If not, you crown it down, once there's a load on it, it's just gonna exaggerate that bow in there. But I've got everything set up. One little thing I had to do on this, I'll take you around here and show you. Typically on a house, you've got a 2x4 or 2x6 top plate that your ceiling joist and your rafters will set on. When I did this with the pole building, I only had a 2x8, so I only had 1.5 inches of space for the rafters and the joist to set on. If you're doing it with trusses, what you would do on the inside, like right up here on the inside of that, you would run another 2x8, so then that way it could rest on both those 2x8s. What I did on this, let me see, let me get over here where the sun's not gonna hit us. You can see right up in there, I've got my 2x8 outside, I've got another 2x4 and another 2x4. So those are all screwed in, and what that winds up giving me is a 4.5-inch resting surface. So my ceiling joist and my rafters will have 4.5 inches to set on and rest on for the weight. So I got the nail gun out and the compressor. We're gonna shoot all these in, and then I'll be back and show you. You can kind of see what it looks like. I've got them all just setting up there, laying down, and I'm gonna come over here where the ladder's at, start setting my first one, shoot that side, come back to the other side, shoot it in, and then just trim everything off. Hey guys, we're back. I had to go into town and get a couple things. One was my brother's birthday present, so I didn't get as much done. But we got, as you can see, I've got all the ceiling joist in right now. We can spin around here. I had to redo my math a little bit. Something got messed up on the rafter calculations, and I screwed it up and had to figure it out. But as you can see, we've got some of the rafters up right now. It's kind of hard to see. Let me take you inside, and then you can see where we got some of the rafters set up. I've got the ridge in. There's the ridge. I ran the ridge wild. I'll trim it off after I put the last of the rafters in. But the ridge is up, and we've got a few of the rafters in. Let's see. There, you can see some of the rafters. So we put this on a 412 pitch. I didn't see any need to put a steeper pitch roof on it. If you've ever got to get up there and work, anything like that, I hate getting on steep pitched roofs with a passion. So we didn't do it, but a 412 pitch is going to be adequate for it. We got the ceiling joist in. If you ever want to do any hanging stuff, you got plenty of places to hang everything. So tomorrow I'm going to finish up our rafters, and hopefully everything will dry out tonight and then part of the day tomorrow, and then I can move some dirt in tomorrow to where I can finish up the frame outs for the windows. And I think I've still got 30 windows to glaze, so I didn't get a whole lot done on that the other day, but about 30 windows left to glaze. Saturday it's supposed to rain here, so I'll probably glaze windows all day Saturday down in the shop and get those ready. But guys, it's moving along. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to take tomorrow and get all these rafters in and try to get this thing closed up, because once I get all the framing done, I plan on painting everything. All our exposed lumber will get painted, and I want to spray it all. I'll spray it before I put my poly roof on, my polycarbonate roof, just because then you don't have to mask all that roof and everything off. And I'll do it like a real good coat of spray, a couple coats of it before I put the windows in. I'll probably wind up spraying the windows anyway. Just use a liquid mask on the glass, and then that way you just peel that liquid mask off when you're done. It's an awesome product. But we'll be back tomorrow to get some more video of this. Morning guys, another day out working on the greenhouse. We're going to finish putting in these rafters this morning, and then this afternoon I'm going to it's going to be dry enough finally to where I can get some dirt in here and get everything leveled off on the inside of the greenhouse. And then that way, once I get everything leveled off on the inside, then I can start framing in for my other windows. So I'm going to grab all the tools and get everything ready to go. All right guys, we've got, as you can see, the roof framing is up. The only thing I've got left as far as framing on the roof is to put my 2x4 purlins to where my polycarbonate will attach. I'll might start on it late this afternoon, but right now it's dry enough, and we got rain coming in tomorrow that I want to get a bunch of dirt moved. Like I've said before, I want to get everything graded out as good as I can, and then I can start putting the rest of my framing up for my windows. So we're going to fire the Bobcat up here in just a few minutes and start moving some dirt. But we'll kind of walk around, and you can see, if the sun will get in your way real good, that is what she's going to look like. Like I said, it's a 412 pitch, nothing super steep or anything like that, just because I didn't really need it, didn't really want it. But we got a 412 pitch. Let me get you set over here. And there it is. I've still got to cut that ridge, trim it. I just hadn't done it yet, but everything else is pretty well good to go. Step back here, and you can have a look at it. All right, guys, we're gonna fire the Bobcat up and start moving some dirt. All right, guys, and the rooster starts crowing every time I get the camera out. I don't know what it is. I've seen it on other people's channels too, but it's kind of weird. But we have got, I got all the rafters in on the building, got the ceiling joist in, and I did a rough grade. You can see I've got it rough graded out on the inside. The big thing is I wanted to get the inside graded to where I could go ahead and put in my second run of windows and everything. So I got that done. The inside, the rest of the inside, it's going to be filled up to the level of the concrete with creek gravel or some kind of decorative rock to walk on for drainage. And then I've got a rough grade on the outside of it. It's super rough. We're going to finish grade it later. I just wanted to get some of that down where it's halfway smooth. We'll show you over here on the other side. There you go, rough grade put down on it. Then I'll kind of show you the back side of everything too. In the back side, what I'm planning over here on the back side, you can see, here, we'll take you around over here where you can see better. All right, what I'm planning over here on the back side is, and I didn't have the time. It's getting ready to start raining here in just a little bit, and I didn't have time. I've got plenty of dirt, but I just didn't have the time to do it. On the back side, we're probably gonna put 2 IBC totes and hook those into the gutter system that we're gonna put on, and then use that rainwater to water all the plants and everything in the greenhouse. But right now I just did a rough grade on all of it just to make sure water's rolling out and there wasn't any big dips and divots. It's real rough. I'll bring the Bobcat in probably this spring, grade everything out a little bit better, or if we get some dry weather. Right now I'm more concerned about getting this thing closed in and nice and weather tight. All right guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to it, and there'll be more stuff coming. Y'all have a good weekend.